are Simon Wiesenthal, the Nazi hunter, right?
Yes, I am.
You would like to hold all of us personally responsible, wouldn't you, Herr Wiesenthal? But most of us were simply obeying orders. I fought on the Eastern Front. I was wounded, then received the Iron Cross.
And your conscience is clear.
Next up, Karlsruhe! Do you know that factory, Herr Wiesenthal?
I know very few firms in Germany.
You should have a look at an individual who runs that factory. He's the kind you're looking for.
What is his name?
I'm not an informer.
It's not a question of informing when crimes have been committed. Where were you stationed?
At Tarnopol, along the highway that linked Lemberg with Kiev.
That highway was built by prisoners for forced labor camps run by the SS.
That's right, Herr Wiesenthal. Remember the name Zalesi.
Zalesi. Peter, I want you to go to Karlsruhe.
I'll leave in the morning.
I want you to check on the managing director of the Bosch and Miller firm.
I'll call you from Karlsruhe.
And Peter, remember, no heroics.
Guten Abend, Herr Schulz.
No, Zalesi. Zalesi, along the Lemberg-Kiev highway. The DG4. Yes, I know. Mayor, I know there were mass graves. Yes, I understand, I know. But please gather a list of survivors for me, please. Well, do your best. Thank you, thank you.
What did he say?
That there are few survivors from these camps. But we'll try.
Schultz is 44. Born in Waldsee in 1917. Father of 3, and a respected member of the community, at least on the surface.
Yes, he's been to court a couple of times. Fined for libel, sued over a real estate matter.
He has a reputation for hot-temperedness.
He likes the good life.
Private parties, prestigious clubs, bowling parties in the basement of his villa.
Any political activity?
No, apparently not.
That runs the type.
You will find this interesting, Simon. Herr Schultz got into a fist fight with one of his employees and is reputed to have yelled out, "What Germany needs is a new Hitler."
What was the fight about?
The employee's hair was too long for the taste of Herr Schultz.
But this Germany needs a new Hitler.
From Professor Wolf.
Werner Schulz, Hitler Youth, Waffen-SS Group Leader, Decoration for the Wounded, assigned to the security police at Slachov. Camp Commandant at Zalesi, 1942 to 1944.
Werner Schultz is a common enough name, Simon. And the photos are similar, but not conclusive.
Yes, yes. We need witnesses to tell us what they know. 2 survivors who will testify, that's all. And it might be possible. Documentation Center. Mayor? You have something for me? Good, good. Wait, wait. Yes, got a pen. Yes. Go ahead. Dr. Max Rosenberg. Paris, yes. The phone number? What kind of a doctor doesn't have a phone? All right. Give me the address. Number 12, Rue Avalon, Paris, yes. Thank you, Mayor. No, it's an enormous help. But remember, I still need one more survivor. So keep searching. Thank you. Bye-bye. Documentation Center.
Simon? It's me.
Peter, what have you got for me?
Did you find this Dr. Rosenberg?
Yes, I found him.
And?
Talk to me, Peter. What did he say?
Nothing.
Nothing? What do you mean, nothing?
He won't cooperate.
What?
He was very curt, impolite.
You mentioned Zalesi.
Yes. He told me to go away and mind my own business.
Did you tell him Simon Wiesenthal wants to talk to him?
He refuses, Simon. End of conversation.
Look, I'm coming to Paris on Wednesday. Now,
You arranged for me to meet with this Dr. Rosenberg. Do it.
Of course, Simon.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Now what?
Some people don't want to talk about the past, Simon. You know that.
We have a responsibility.
I know, Simon, but maybe we should respect his wishes.
I will find out what happened at Zalesi, so that it will be in the history books forever, not to be forgotten.
All right.
And Judith, many times a witness does not want to talk. I understand this. But in the end, they all do talk to me.
Keep it.
How are you, Pete? Welcome, Simon. This is the place. He finished his work at 5:30. I left a message for him that you would be waiting in the lobby.
Good. I'll go alone, Peter.
Oh, he's about my height. He wears glasses and has a sort of drone look. I'll meet you at the hotel at 9 this evening.
Good. See you then. Dr. Rosenberg. I am Simon Wiesenthal. Did you get my messages?
Yes, I did.
Good. May we talk then?
I have nothing to tell you, Herr Wiesenthal. You should not have come.
I have photographs I would like you to look at.
I am not interested.
You were at Zalesi, weren't you, Doctor?
I have nothing to say to you.
To whom are you saying this? Do you know the work I've taken upon myself since the end of the war? You studied medicine. You are a doctor. I have an architect's degree, but I do not build houses. I travel seeking criminals and murderers, trying to bring them to justice.
I cannot help you, Herr Wiesenthal.
I have been in the camps, too. I have seen all the horror there is to see. I should be dead many times, but I survived. And I cannot forget. You were at Zalesi, were you not, Doctor? Or have you forgotten?
I have not forgotten.
Can you give me an hour of your time, then?
I have nothing to tell you.
You have survived, Doctor. You have a responsibility to those who have perished.
Survived? What makes you think I have survived? Good night, Herr Wiesenthal.
I would gladly go to Zalesi. Maybe the dead will rise up and tell me their story. Maybe the trees and the stones.
Go to Zalesi.
I will be at the Hotel La Ligue until tomorrow. Should you change your mind? Yes, that's right, Judith. Yes. That's right. Any other messages? No, it does not go well at all. He refuses to talk to me. Come in, it's open. I know, Judith, I know. Yes. What about other witnesses? Have you talked to Mayer?
I must go, Judith. I'll call you back. Bye-bye. Well, please come in, doctor. Please sit. Let me take your coat.
You must excuse my behavior earlier, Herr Wiesenthal.
There's no need to excuse yourself. I assure you, you're not the first who's refused to testify. Please sit. Sit. Can I get you something?
No, thank you. Werner Schultz. You have come to see me about Werner Schultz.
Yes, we have tracked him down. We have connected him to Zalesi, but I need absolute confirmation. I need witnesses. I have some photographs here. I'll show you.
That is him. I remember him. Beast. Sadist. Unspeakable beast.
Do you remember specific crimes?
Specific, general, against a helpless individual, against mankind.
You must tell me, Doctor.
You want me to bare my soul?
Yes, to me.
And what if my soul is dead?
Then I will help you revive it.
And what if it is better off dead?
How could this be?
If I tell you my story, you will realize you cannot prosecute Werner Schultz no matter what his crimes.
But I always prosecute if I have the evidence.
Yes. And I know the decision will ultimately lie with you. I realize what a burden I am imposing upon you. And I am sorry to have put you in such a difficult position. Because I think in the end, I will only burden you also, without easing the load for myself.
Tell me your story, and we will see. Tell me, Doctor, where in Poland are you from?
Zlochov.
Ah, I am from Lvov. My father was a commodity dealer. Deeply religious man. He used to take me to the wonder rabbis who performed miracles.
My father was a merchant. We were poor. I gave up my faith in wonder rabbis a long time ago.
You lost your family? I, too, lost everybody. 89 members. Except for my wife. We found each other again after the war. It was a miracle.
I lost everyone. I didn't find anyone. After the war, I found no one.
Were you married?
Engaged.
What was her name?
My family made great sacrifices so that I might study medicine. The quotas kept the Jews out of the Polish universities, so I came here to Paris in 1937 instead. I lived with an uncle. City of Light. Secondary decisions. Inconsequential secondary decisions. How long they have such catastrophic impact on one's life.
What do you mean, Doctor?
Paris was wonderful then. Much more so than now. But I could hardly wait to return to Poland. You see, I was deeply in love with her.
Who?
Helen, my fiancée.
Oh, the girl in the photograph. Oh, forgive me, I couldn't help but notice. She is very beautiful. But Helen is not a Jewish name. Was she?
Her real name was Hava. But her Polish girlfriends called her Helen, and it seemed to fit. There was no matchmaker for us. From the time we were children, we were always in love.
Helen! Helen, guess who's back?
How many guesses do I get?
One. Max? Hello, Max. Just in time to help me carry on with shopping. What did you bring us from Paris, Max? Lots of presents I have.
That's what I forgot, Miriam.
Miriam!
And the cantor said, no, what did the cantor say? The cantor said, if that's a pomegranate, I'm a donkey. E-o, e-o, e-o. Well, let's leave the ladies to, we'll go and enjoy ourselves. Come on.
That was delicious, Mrs. White.
So, as I have said, Poland is in grave trouble. The Nazis on one side, the Russians on the other.
So,
it will be especially bad for the Jews.
I have been sending money to my brother in America. I advise you all to do the same.
It will all blow over. These things happen. A dark wind blows for a while, and then everything settles back down to normal.
Too optimistic,
Isa, life is sweet. Max, a little word.
Jakob, another schnapp.
Yes, thank you.
How are your studies going in Paris?
Very well.
It is a shame you couldn't get into the medical school at Lemberg or Warsaw.
Well, it would have made coming home a lot easier.
Max, I have a proposal for you. How would you like to marry Helen now, rather than waiting until you graduate next year?
But I can barely support myself now as it is.
The proposal is that I would support both of you.
But the proper way, the conventional way, would be for me to get my degree, to get established first.
These are not conventional times, Max. I want my daughter to be safe in Paris. Think about it. All right?
Yes, I will.
Max, it's the most beautiful gift I've ever received.
So glad you like it.
From my future son-in-law and soon-to-be famous doctor. Let's go and show it. All right. It's beautiful shawl.
Tell me about Paris.
I barely noticed Paris.
Is it beautiful, as they say? It is full of sunshine and buildings and wide boulevards and cafes.
I suppose so.
And the girls, are they beautiful too?
Oh, yes.
Oh, you notice the girls, not the city.
No, I'm too busy studying and thinking about you.
Will you take me there?
Mm-hmm.
Promise.
Yes, I promise.
Father says he intends to ask you to marry me now instead of after you graduate.
I'm going to turn him down.
Why?
Because it's important to do things the right way.
You're so
Please, Max.
You sure you won't change your mind?
Secondary decisions. Inconsequential decisions. They could ruin your life. Why am I telling you all this?
You need to tell me.
Oh, yes. To renew my dead soul.
Please continue.
Continue. You know what happened next. All of us trapped by our own foolishness. Stupid pride. Poland was partitioned, remember, Herr Wiesenthal?
Yes, I remember.
When the Nazis invaded, it was like a dream. Stormtroopers in the streets of Zlotchov. All of us crowded into a single cellar existing on starvation diets. Do you remember? Jews were picked up, beaten in the streets, picked up only to disappear forever. Rumors, relocation, deportations, camps. What could it all have meant?
How could any of us know what it meant?
I repeat, all those with valid work passes, move to the left. All those without valid passes, move to the right. Work passes, work passes.
Take care of Miriam. Yes, Mama. It's just a child. She's not strong. Promise me, Papa. Promise me. I will. I promise, Mama.
Los, weiter! Dali! Los, Familien auseinander! Hier rüber!
Miriam.
In die Bahn rein! Ihr zur LKW rüber! Los!
All right, when we're relocated! We're right! All right!
Helen, where are they? I can't see them. I can't see them anywhere, Helen.
We are now at Zalesy.
Good. Zalesy was on the highway between Lemberg and Kiev. Am I correct?
Yes. The road had importance to the German war effort. We were transported there, Helen, Miriam, and I, to work on the highway. That was late summer 1942. The camp was situated in an old quarry, surrounded by farmland. Having left the misery of the ghetto behind, we were happy to be at Zalesy. Happy to be alive. Can you understand how we felt? It was as though we had been given a reprieve from the horror and the starvation of the ghetto.
It's going to be all right, Max. We can breathe here. We can regain our strength.
Greenbaum. Schwartz. I'm Martin Greenbaum. Sit. I'm spokesman for the Jews. Okay. Greenbaum.
Better.
Greenbaum.
Gershon.
Greenbaum. I'm spokesman for the Jews. Greenbaum.
Helen Weiss.
Martin Greenbaum. I'm spokesman for the Jews.
Max Rosenberg.
Miriam.
Okay.
My sister.
I might as well say that conditions here are difficult, but not impossible. If you do your work and don't make trouble, you should be all right.
Achtung!
That's Balka, camp commandant. He's a fair man. I heard he was a social democrat before the war. I think he's just grateful not to be at the front.
Is there enough to eat?
Well, the food's all right. You won't starve. No roll calls. If you're too sick to work, there's a sick bay in the barracks.
Why don't you escape?
To where? To what? And for every one of us that escapes, those who'll stay behind will suffer the consequences. If you have any problems, you see me.
It'll be all right, Max. We can look after Miriam here. It'll be all right.
Ja, mach mal später.
Das Ziel haben wir erreicht für heute, nicht?
Ja, ja.
Boker is finished. There's a new commanding officer.
We've got to go outside. Put on your coat.
I am Hauptsturmführer Schultz, and I am here to bring a new order. From now on, you will attend roll calls. You will look upon them as a pleasant experience. You will march in an orderly fashion. I expect order, discipline, and hard work. The comfortable days at Zalessi are over. Got it? You are here to work. You are here to build the new highway, and it will be built no matter what the cost. A new set of rules and regulations will be clearly posted. And the first rule will be that men and women will be housed in separate barracks. I do not want any Jewish babies at my camp. No lazy, pregnant Jewish women. Understood?
We were no longer laborers. We had become prisoners. And the reign of terror had begun. All of the men and women were separated into different barracks. We were separated, Helen and I. That was the beginning of my great loss, my great torment.
Come on, move along. Keep moving.
From that time on, the only moments we had were stolen ones.
Keep moving.
You been all right?
Yes. Miriam can't eat. She's sick all the time. If she can't work, they'll take her away.
No talking.
scandalous. That will change. Even if I have to beat you all. The men at the front need this road, and they need it now. So, we will work, and we will work. And if it kills you, fine. The SS will send me replacements. There are always plenty of Jews.
Who bandaged your arm? Who bandaged your arm so neatly and nicely?
No one. I did, Herr Commandant.
Are you a doctor?
A student of medicine.
Well, that's good enough for the Jews of Zalisi. You are officially designated camp doctor. And I will have no malingerers at Zalisi. Everyone will work. Understand, Herr Camp Doctor?
Please, no.
No one lies to me. You will come to my quarters tonight.
That night there was a terrible screaming coming from Schultz's house. Screaming and music. He was beating the boy, and there was nothing we could do. Reuben was the first victim. There would be many more. Nightly rituals. Nightly beatings. Werner Schultz turned Camp Zalesi into a living hell. And he did it with a cane. Then, weeks after Reuben's murder, some prisoners began planning to escape.
Oh, we must get out of here. The alternatives to die on the highway or to die in a death camp.
Those are just rumors.
Derek is right. Escape is our only option, if we want to live.
Escape to where? To what? The Poles and Ukrainians hate us nearly as much as the Nazis.
And we have to think about reprisals on those left behind. The SS will kill 5 for every one of us that escapes.
That's why the escape shouldn't look like escape.
How do you plan that?
The Ukrainian guards could be bribed to say that the SS took us away on a work detail. It happens.
What about it? Then we could join the partisans, and then we could kill Nazis.
They want fighters, not broken refugees.
They want doctors, that's what I hear. Will you join us, Max?
Only if I can take Helen and Miriam.
Please, Max. A woman wouldn't have a chance. 2 women would never survive. Besides, they want fighters.
It's the only way.
Greenbaum went over an hour ago to protest. He hasn't returned yet.
Max? Max, what are you doing?
Hey, Stu!
Come back.
Please! Max, come back!
I carried Greenbaum as gently as I could to the sick bay, laid him down and undressed him. Savagely beaten. Beaten beyond anything I could do. We poured water over towels and laid them on his body. It was all we had. The next day we had to work as usual. When we returned, he was dead. To this day, after all these years, I can still hear Schultz's triumphant words. There is no cure for my cane. What are you doing?
Nothing. What is necessary? My memory is not what it was.
Why am I telling you all this? Dates,
Names, statistics. We are all statistics. Who is alive, who is dead, who will bear witness. None of it matters, Herr Wiesenthal, because Werner Schultz is beyond your justice.
No. I can expose him. I can bring him down.
The help of someone else, not me.
No, Dr. Rosenberg, we're only just beginning. If you prefer, I won't take notes.
And life becomes statistics and blood becomes paper. It is too much. It is too much. I cannot do this. I do not want to go back.
Everything seems in order. Nothing's broken. The photo's fine. Dr. Rosenberg, we have suffered a great deal, you and I. We should not argue. I apologize. No more note-taking.
I have not told my story to anyone before. It is very difficult.
20 years? How can this be? Are you so alone in the world you have no one to talk to? Stories must be told. Max. May I call you Max? And you shall call me Simon. Think of me as an old friend. We will order room service. I have a friend here, the chef. He's a friend from Lvov. Makes wonderful pierogi. You didn't eat any of your pierogi.
It was very good, but I have no appetite.
Please, Max, continue. Tell me about you and Helen.
It was very difficult, for we were separated.
Have to work faster. Keep working.
I can't work in this heat. It's too hot.
You want some water? Mim, eat this.
I can't.
Try.
Look.
Keep moving, go back.
I longed to be with her, to comfort her, support her. And sometimes I could, with the help of a decent guard.
You over there! Work! Work!
I dropped a stone on my hand, Doctor.
Let's have a look.
Work faster, woman! Faster!
It's all right. It's only a scratch.
I know. I just wanted to be close to you.
How are you? How is Miriam?
She's getting weaker and weaker. I'm so afraid the SS will take her away. She's capable of so little work.
Why are you all sitting around? Back to work! To work! We have to load up here. Quick! You two help me!
Meet me tonight in the shower room behind the women's barracks. The Ukrainian guard outfit will be on duty. I can arrange it. 8 o'clock.
Get back! Get back! You two! What are you doing?
She hurt her hand.
I will have no malingerers. Back to work. Why do Jewish girls have to be so pretty? Today you shall work also, my fine doctor, student of medicine. Everyone works when I order it.
Oh, I miss you so much. I lie awake at night.
Some of the men are planning to escape. They want us to join them. We're living under a death sentence here. Any time now, Schultz can have us replaced by stronger workers. It's time to escape.
Where will we go?
I don't know. Maybe we could join the partisans.
Miriam would never make that.
We have no choice.
You'd be better off without us.
What are you saying? I can't go without you.
I couldn't leave her.
Helen, listen. Miriam's...
I couldn't. Don't even think it. When they took Mama away, I swore. I promised I'd always look after her. But what's true for me isn't true for you. In the name of our parents, Max, I beg you, escape. You must survive. I love you always.
I will come back for you. I will come and get you. I promise.
I love you.
You must come.
God be with you.
Come on. I will love you always. She begged me to escape. In the name of our parents, she begged me. I was young. I wanted to live. It was the beginning of the end for me.
What do you mean?
I lived, but I died. I was now separated from Helen. A final, irrevocable separation. It would have been better if we had starved together in Zalesi.
Don't blame yourself, Max. You did what was necessary to survive. You are not responsible for Helen's death.
Schnapps got me through my long years in Russia. Would you like the glass?
Yes. L'chaim.
L'chaim. I tried desperately to get back to Zalesi. The Red Army conscripted me. I had never had military training before. But I fought. I fought. I was wounded.
and I was sent to a hospital in Rostov. Because of my skill as a doctor, I remained there after my recovery. Everywhere there were refugees, displaced people, and stories emerging. Millions dead in camps. Millions. Insanity, misery, bedlam. I was full of such bitterness and anger.
I was too. We all were.
Oh, yes, yes. You know all about pain and insanity. One night, in a restaurant, some drunken Russian soldiers were savagely ridiculing a Jewish officer. They accused him of buying his war medals in a bazaar. I went to his defense. I shouted, "The spirit of Hitler is alive and well in the Soviet Union!" Next morning, 2 agents from the State Security Commission came to the hospital and took me away.
Приходите, приходите. Слушай, быстрее. Не говорите, ты здесь, не говорите. Приходите. Ну же.
Max Rosenberg, intern. Step forward. Rosenberg is a Jewish name, and it is common knowledge that all the Jews are in league with the enemy. I know. I have condemned plenty of you. Tell me about your anti-Soviet activities, and beg the court for mercy. I am told this is your fiancée. Take a good look at her if you want to see her again. Tell me the truth about your anti-Soviet activities.
I have the Soviet Union to thank for the fact that I am still alive. I am innocent.
You made an anti-Soviet speech in a restaurant. I have witnesses. You worked for the Germans in a camp. That is sufficient. You should have begged the Soviet powers to forgive you. Back to your cell. That photograph will be small comfort where you are going.
A prisoner enters a Siberian jail. And another prisoner says, "How long did you get?" 15 years, says the first. For what, says the second. For nothing, says the first. Well, that's impossible, says the second. For nothing, you only get 10 years.
10 years?
5 years of hard labor in Irkutsk, Siberia. 5 more years in exile.
10 years?
Yes, exactly. For nothing, I got 10 years.
Вы чего здесь? Пошел вон!
Salut mon pote!
Stalin died in 1953. Khrushchev came to power. In 1957, I was officially rehabilitated, set free. They put a big seal on an official document. 10 years of hell, and I was innocent after all. The Polish embassy came to my aid, and in 1958, I was repatriated to Poland. At last, I could continue my search for Helen. You see, Simon, I believed in my soul that Helen had survived. I believed, I clung to the belief that Helen and I would find each other again. And if she were dead, I wanted proof. I sat in the Jewish Historical Institute in Warsaw for days, looking through lists of survivors. The evidence kept piling up. No survivors, not registered. No survivors. I refused to believe that Helen had not survived the war. In the summer of 1960, I was granted a permit to return to Zlochov and Zalesy in the Soviet zone. The house where Helen and her family had lived was still standing.
Yes? What is it?
I'm looking for Helen. Chava.
There is no one here by that name.
She lived here before the war with her family. The Weiss family.
War? That was nearly 20 years ago, in case you have forgotten.
She was very beautiful. I have a photograph.
You have got the wrong address.
No, I remember perfectly. This house belonged to the Weiss family.
Go away, or I'll call the police.
I arrived at Zalesy. There was nothing there. Only bitter memories. I returned to Zlochov to catch the train. I decided to see if the marketplace was still there. Wanda?
Yes?
Wanda, it's me, Max. Max Rosenberg. I used to serve you in my father's shop.
Max. Max, I hardly recognize you. My God, Max, all these years. How have you been? Where have you been?
I've been in Russia for many years, but I'm back, and I'm looking for Helen.
Helen?
All these years since the war, I don't know if she's alive or dead. I'm searching for Helen.
Helen is alive, Max.
Alive?
Yes, very much so. I get a card from her at the holidays every year. Are you all right? Can I get you a glass of water? Come in. Come in. Come in. Max. Max.
What did Wanda say about Helen?
Helen was alive. I am dead.
Don't talk in riddles, Max. We're beyond that.
You're going to discover, Simon, that you don't have two witnesses. You don't even have one.
What did Wanda tell you?
They had run into each other by accident many years earlier. Helen had been planning to emigrate to Israel illegally with other Jews. But then later, Wanda received a card from the Bundesrepublik.
West Germany.
Yes, there was no return address, just a postmark. Kassel. Every year, Helen sent Wanda a card, and always it said the same thing. I have not forgotten you. Now I was possessed by one goal only. How to get to Germany. How to get to Helen.
You'll have to be smuggled.
Yes, but not from Poland. It was too dangerous. I went on a vacation to Yugoslavia, where I met an Austrian tourist who agreed to smuggle me for a fee. Once we were safely across the border, I begged for political asylum and was taken to a camp at Traiskirchen outside Vienna. I was a refugee again. I wrote to the registration bureau in Kassel and enclosed an international coupon. They sent Helen's address. The Jewish Aid Society came and gave me some money. A week later, I received an alien visa. I was free again. Nothing could hold me back.
The journey seemed endless. I didn't sleep at all. I should have ridden. I didn't. I was certain that Helen had never married. There was no room in my heart for such a thought. Could she bear the shock of my standing before her? Could I?
What is it?
It's a salesman. We're not buying it.
He's not selling anything, Mother.
He looks like his father.
There's much that we need to talk about. But now's not the right time.
I need to know.
Now? Does it have to be now? He forced me to live in his house. He raped me. I wanted to kill him with my own hands. But he used Miriam against me. He freed her from work on the highway and allowed her to clean his house, so we were together. I could take care of her, get her leftover food from his table. If it hadn't been for her, I would have killed myself. She didn't blame me. She tried to comfort me. She pointed out that something unexpected had happened to Schultz. The beatings were fewer. Life for the prisoners was suddenly easier. Life for me was hell. The Russians were advancing. I was pregnant with his child. I told him that he went mad like a lunatic. He threatened to shoot me. Instead, he tore me away from Miriam. Her screams were terrifying.
Not you! No! Only one! Only one! No!
put me on a truck to Zlotchov with new identity papers. Sent me by train to Krakow. I lived in the streets. I didn't care anymore. I thought about aborting the child growing within me. But the child was innocent. What crime had it committed? I ended up in a nunnery. I worked as a cleaning woman. I had my son. So what explanation could I give? I hid from the Jewish community. I remained Polish, hidden away. Hold me, Max. Gently, like before, when none of this had happened.
Does he know who his father is?
No. It would destroy him. He's a good boy, Max. I reared him as a Jew. He thinks his father died in the war fighting Nazis. Marek kept me alive. We've made a good life together. I won't have it destroyed. No more pain. We've suffered so much. Let's put this behind us. You're the only man I've ever loved. Ever.
I left you. I can never forgive myself.
You didn't leave me. The merciless time separated us. Max, have another one.
Oh, no, thank you.
You must eat.
No, I can't, thank you.
Has Mother changed much since you saw her last?
No. Maybe she's more beautiful. Yes, that's it. Look what I've carried with me all these years.
Who could that be? So young, so pretty. From another lifetime.
This photo kept me alive all through my time in Russia. Nothing else had any meaning.
Now that we've found each other, we won't need it any longer. Get comfortable. Take off your jacket. Stay with me.
Here you are, Mother. Good night, Dr. Rosenberg. Sleep well.
Thank you.
Mother, does your friend like me?
Yes, of course he likes you. He's just very tired, very weary. He's been searching for me for 20 years.
He must have loved you a lot to search for you all that time.
Yes. We loved each other a lot.
Will you be staying long?
A while. Is that all right with you?
Yes. That'd be fine with me.
No Jewish medicine can cure what I do with my cane.
I left before dawn. I could not say goodbye.
Max, what does this mean?
I can't stay.
Where will you go? What will you do?
I don't know. I don't care.
What about us?
Helen, I have carried you with me all these years. And now that I have found you, I cannot have you.
But you can, Max. You can.
I am repulsed by his presence. There is no way. I am ashamed.
Max. Max, we have found each other again. Max, please stay with me.
I can't. Forget me. Forget I ever existed.
How can I? You're the only man I ever loved.
There will always be an invisible wall between us.
Den Zug nach Paris über Saarbrück fährt ab. Bitte Türen schließen, zurücktreten.
Only if you let it.
It is over. I am dead. There is nothing left for me.
Bitte einsteigen und Türen schließen. Zurücktreten. Der Zug fährt ab.
Max! Marek will be going to medical school in Munich soon.
I'm sorry.
He's strong. He's independent. He won't be needing me so much anymore. Max, I've saved money where we can live anywhere. We can be together.
I'm sorry. I can't stay. I need time to think. I need time to be alone.
Alone with a faded photograph of someone who's changed many times over. Max, I'm here for you.
I'm sorry.
Max.
I'm sorry. Forgive me. Forgive me.
Max, our happiness would be so much more than anyone could imagine. Max! Max, you promised to come back for me. Max, you promised.
Now I have told you my story, Simon. I am ashamed. But I cannot bear his existence.
You said he was a good boy.
His presence overwhelms me. I am lost.
You're still a witness.
I don't think you realize, if I testify, the impact it would have on Helen's and Marek's lives.
Max? It's morning.
Simon, promise me that you'll spare Helen. That you'll be kind to her. Promise me.
I promise.
Hello. Yes. I'm Simon Wiesenthal. I'm here to see Helen Weiss.
My mother is expecting you. I'm Marek.
Hello, Marek.
Please, please come in.
Thank you.
It's a great honor to meet you, personally. May I take your coat?
No, thank you. I'm a bit chilly.
My mother will be with you in a moment. Can I get you a cup of coffee?
Oh, that would be fine. Thank you.
We Jews are deeply moved by the importance and conviction of your work.
Well, thank you, Marek.
Look at my face. I could be a Nazi, couldn't I? I could be of great help to you. I could infiltrate.
Well, yes.
I should love very much to work for you someday, Herr Wiesenthal. It is my most fervent dream to help our people and to serve the memory of my father.
Your father?
Yeah, he died fighting the Nazis. He fought with the partisans and he died.
Well, thank you for your offer to help, Marek.
Oh, please, whatever you do, don't tell my mother that I asked you. She's absolutely against my working for you, but I'm not sure why.
Herr Wiesenthal, I'm so glad to meet you.
It's a pleasure to meet you. May I call you Helen?
Yes, please. Let me take your coat.
I've heard so much about you. Your beauty is much more than I expected.
Thank you, Herr Wiesenthal.
Please call me Simon. Max does.
He sent you. Is he well? Why hasn't he contacted me all these months?
No, Max didn't send me. He gave me your address.
Please sit down. I wait every day for a letter from Max. A sign of life. A call. There's nothing.
He is deeply tormented.
We're talking about Dr. Rosenberg.
Yes, we are, dear. Simon and I need to talk privately.
Well, I have to meet some friends. Very glad to have met you, Mr. Tyler, and I do hope we meet again.
I'm sure we will, Marek.
Ever since Dr. Rosenberg visited us, Mother has not been herself. She cries all the time. Maybe you can help, Herr Wiesenthal. I hope so.
It hurts me to see my mother so upset. Goodbye.
You know.
Yes.
About everything. Zalesi. Werner Schultz.
Yes. Max told me. Helen, there's no need for you to explain yourself to me.
You can never forget it. You can forgive. After the war, I found work as a translator. I built a good reputation here in courts in Kassel. We made a home together, Nayek and I. He begins medical studies in Munich in the autumn.
Mazel tov.
If you do not bring me word from Max, why have you come so far to see me, Simon?
Werner Schultz is alive. He is second in charge of a factory in Karlsruhe. He has a wife, daughters, and is a distinguished, respected citizen.
Are you sure it's him?
Yes. I have photographs I brought with me. Present and past.
Yes. It's him. The mouth is just as cruel as it was. I'd hoped that he had died in the war. What do you want of me?
I have built a substantial case against Werner Schultz. I can take him to court and expose him as a murderer, but I need your help.
Then it would be obvious to everyone who Marek's father is. Schultz would be destroyed, but my son also.
Think about your responsibility to the dead, Helen. Your family, your sister Miriam.
Yes. But they are dead. Marek is alive.
Werner Schultz is alive, too, prospering on a life of lies.
I don't care about that.
Helen, all of us who have survived have a responsibility to the dead. Don't you understand? It is the very meaning of our survival. It is what I have dedicated my life to.
No, I don't understand. All that I see is a trial and publicity. SS officer saves Jewess's life, wants his son back. Who would profit by it?
Werner Schultz would be destroyed.
So would my son.
It is a mistake my coming here. Please accept my apologies.
I could kill him myself given a chance. But I didn't survive. Build a life for my son and myself to have it come crashing down around me again.
If you prosecute Werner Schultz, you will destroy my son and me.
I do not let murderers go free.
You talk about responsibility, but there is responsibility to the living also. You say your life would mean nothing without the pursuit of justice, but at what price, Simon? At what price? You must have someone you love. Family, children. Think of them and put yourself in my position. Would you leave me with nothing again?
I do not let murderers go free. I have never let a murderer go free before. Never.
Mother! Herr Wiesenthal, I didn't want to miss you. For you.
Thank you.
And you won't forget our conversation, will you?
No, of course not. No, your generous offer. And good luck with your medical studies.
Herr Wiesenthal, may I ask you, do you always catch the Nazis that you go after?
No. Some get away.
What are you doing, Simon?
A hopeless case, Peter. A hopeless case.